How's guys, and welcome to another edition of the One Micronesia podcast. And in this edition, a very special one as we sit down and hear his story, hear his side of the story, his journey in recovering from COVID-19. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring him on the show here. My brother, Joiel Setik from the team at the Micronesia Resource Center. Joiel, thank you so much, brother, for taking your time. You're so brave in what you're doing today in coming out and sharing your story, and at the same time educating the people, and especially our people from the FSM and the FAS states, what it's like, and coming in contact with COVID and the difficulties and all of that. So, Joel, thank you so much for coming on the show, bro.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All
Yeah,
right.
so my experience, I want to share with the public, especially the people from the FAS. It doesn't matter where you're from or who you are. Everyone is vulnerable to this disease. As a team member from the Micronesian Resource Center, as a project coordinator, I always follow the rules to sanitize everything. When clients come into the office, we check their temperature and we keep 6 feet apart. But even doing those practices, sometimes maybe there's a split second that we made a mistake and we are vulnerable to the disease and we might get exposed. So that's what actually happened to me. So yes, as um, people already know about our office, people were exposed to COVID, and unfortunately, as myself, I was one of those unfortunate people, and I was tested positive for COVID-19 about 2.5 weeks ago. And I'm just so proud to say that I fought through the journey of recovering COVID. And just yesterday, I got a call from public health, and right now I am cleared from COVID-19. And the journey is just very hard, and the whole message behind this to share the stories to tell the public that it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, what you do. Everyone is vulnerable to this disease, and we should always practice the guidelines that CDC already gave us to follow, like to practice social distancing, 6 feet apart, wear a mask, and often wash your hands, and just to be safe. And I want to share my story of how I went through the incubation period of me being exposed to COVID. So was very difficult. It was a difficult moment for me emotionally and physically. In the first 3 days, when it got tested, because I was feeling kind of experiencing the symptoms of having hard time breathing. I was having this fever, nonstop fever every night, and it happened on the second day. And then I went to public health. I was able to get my test, and then I got my result right away, and I was positive. And then in the first 3 days, and I came home. Before I came home, I called my parents, my family. I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, guys, but I've been exposed to COVID, and I want to ask you guys to please don't be at the house when I come." So that's what had happened. I came home and I just went straight to my room, and I've been in my room for the whole 14 days, and I haven't seen my family, I haven't seen my friends or anyone that I love, and it's crazy, and it's hard to be in that period of time, because I was emotionally hurt. I was thinking like I'm not, I might be dying soon, and in that 14 days I'm not going to be able to see the people I love and I care about, and which is good also to keep them away, to keep them safe. Um, and then though I was getting sick, and my parents would always just send me a message on every day, like, "How are you doing? Do you need food?" We'll just drop off food at the door next to your room, and you just come out and get it. And it's kind of difficult, not to see your parents, your family, and all that. Um, and then also for work, we have bills to pay, and then when you're exposed to COVID, you're not, you're feeling very down, and you're feeling very sick, and you're not able to work. And I have all these bills stacking up, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. But fortunately, I'm able to work from home. So as during the incubation period, about the fourth day or fifth day, that's when I started to recover myself. I'm able to get up from my bed, and that's when I started working again. But for that first 5 days or 6 days, it was very hard, emotionally and physically. Like, I was very scared inside, but it's good to be scared. When you're in this kind of a vulnerable time, it opens your mind spiritually also, So I started praying to God, to help me going through this process. That's the only thing you're able to do is pray, and then you take care of yourself. You eat well, sleep well, drink a lot of water, then be able to fight through the whole 14 days.
You said it when we kicked off the podcast, like anybody could get affected with this. It can be your closest family member, it can be your closest friend. So I think with this podcast, I think we want people to get educated and your experience. And you went through a lot, man. I'm gonna take it back because I think people want to know and people want to be prepared for it. How did you How did you think you got in contact with COVID?
Yes.
Was it an event? What's the story?
Yeah, so throughout the weeks before I found out that I was positive, I've been very cautious about where I go and what I touch. But like for events, there hasn't been any event that happened within my family or outside of my family that I attend. Maybe like get together or party. When we attend like maybe a small gathering of friends or family, we always practice social distancing and all that. So I think it wasn't because of gatherings, but I was thinking maybe I went to, it could be like from a store, or I touched the handle of the door, or I pumped my gas, and then from there I was careless a little bit of I didn't wash my hands right away. Maybe I touched my face, and it could be from anywhere, like the handle of a doorknob from the store, or maybe from the gas station. It could be anywhere.
I see. That's crazy because we've been hearing a lot of reports lately that most of the cases are coming in from gatherings, and it's always gatherings. It doesn't matter what ethnic
Hmm.
race you're from. It's all the main part is gathering, and it's crazy how you share where you did your best. I mean, and I know you
Yeah.
guys at the Micronesia Resource Center have been pushing the message since day one in in our different languages in how to prevent COVID-19, like with the mask on, the 6 feet, wash your hand every day, stuff like that. But just as like you said, it was the littlest thing that you thought it wouldn't count that affected you, where it might have been a handle, it might have been at a gas pump. That's crazy, bro. So I think it really goes to show that this could get to us at any point, at anywhere. We just have to be really careful about it. So how are you feeling now versus how you're feeling at day one when you went into quarantine, when you found out that you
Man, the first couple of days, the first 4 days or 5 days, all I've been thinking of is I have no hope. No, am I gonna die, or it's possible because I was like vulnerable. I was experiencing all the symptoms. I was having a hard time breathing. I was having a hard time with my fever was really high every night. I was having a hard time coughing and all that. But in the first few days, it was very difficult. Uh, all I could think of is to pray and to take care of myself. If I'm able to drink a lot of water, drink a lot of water. If I'm able to rest, I'll take a lot of rest that I can, and just try not to open the door and go outside to expose what I'm already feeling to the people I love, especially my family.
man, that's crazy, bro. We grew up around family, and that's what
Hmm.
here on the islands. It's what it is. It's all about family. And you talked about it a little bit when you were going through your intro there. You talked about how it was hard for you, the mentally, like you were thinking about all these things. I don't know you would. I mean, it's scary. It's a scary time, and especially it's a scary thing to scary experience to go through. How's and I know family was always there for you. Talk about a little bit how about your family came in, pitched in, helped you out.
Yeah, so it was kind of it was really tough. When I first found out, I told my family to go outside of the house, and then I'll go inside, and then they can come back in. But from public health, they asked for us to separate the family. So what had happened was my majority of my family in my household, they all moved out to my brother's house. So it was only me and my mom and my cousins who were taking care of me at that time. And it was very difficult because I wasn't able to see my dad, my brothers, my sister, everyone. I was not able to see all of them, and then even my mom was at the house, and all they do is just they prepare me food, ask me if I need medicine and all that stuff, if I'm okay. they just message me on Facebook, and I'm like, I cannot even see them face to face, and it was crazy, and it was really hard.
I'm pretty sure, man. And then props to your mom, your cousins who pretty much did their part. And I know they were scared too, bro. And I know I don't know I don't know what was going through their minds, but I know it wasn't the coolest thing. I know they're worried about you, worried sick about you. So what
Mhm.
were some of the things that you think helped them get over the the hump, it's kind of push them to not give up on you and not give up the hope that you're gonna get better.
Yeah, so like from knowing how COVID works, my family kind of, my mom kind of know of how COVID works. So like she had faith in me. Like I could fight through it, especially with the age that I'm in. I'm not that really vulnerable in getting into the worst part of COVID, and so that's one of the motivation that really pushed them to always look out for me. And of course, it's family love. In how we are in the islands, we have that family bond is very strong. So that's the main key. But the second one is just knowing how the COVID works, especially in this age. So they believe that I can recover that. But there's like a scary part of that because both parents are getting old, and then also have younger siblings, or like my nephew and niece who are younger, and those are the age that we need to watch out for in case if they get exposed, because they're more vulnerable in getting to the worst side of COVID. But yeah, the one of the main motivation is family love, and I'm so blessed to have a family that love and supported me throughout that time, and also because of them understanding that I can fight through COVID. Anyone can fight through COVID. All you need to do is just keep faith, and then take care of yourself to be maybe take medicine if you're having fever, or drink a lot of water, or even eating healthy.
Good, that's good, bro. And like I said, man, I'm happy, bro, that you pulled through, that you got your clearance, and you're well off to and getting back into not normal, but getting back out there to work and seeing your family and friends. I know that will, mentally and and emotionally as well will definitely help you out in the long run. So I'm happy that you're feeling good, bro. Let's talk
Thank
about
you.
this. I wanted to touch base about this whole issue. And I know we had the consul general on with Chris and Sabrina on the link, I believe, a couple of days ago in the morning. Um, this whole with the whole data that came out, and I just want to pick your brain about this issue. Just see what your take on it.
Yeah, so it's hard to process the data. 'Cause, some people, when they look at the media or the data that comes out, they kind of feel offended. But the facts are facts, and it is true. And the only way for us to tackle that, the rising number of FSM, or even just tricky ethnic group to get infected, the infection rate is to get educated about how COVID works and how COVID happens. So um, just to tackle the numbers of it keeps rising up is for us to spread the awareness, and this is the reason why I'm here today, is to spread the awareness of COVID, because everyone can get COVID. And back in our culture, for being FSM, where we have we have a strong bond with each other. So we tend to go and visit families, or we visit friends often, and that could be one of the reasons why it spreads so easily. Or maybe we have a family gathering, a family function, maybe a funeral or a rosary, anything like that. Those are ways that COVID might be able to pass. We never know. It could be like from you touching a chair, and then someone came and sat down on that chair. COVID could pass on like just like that. And it's good to educate each other about COVID, and then to spread the awareness. Spread the awareness is the most important one, so we can be careful if we happen to go to friends for our friend's house or family's house. If we happen to go to any funerals or rosaries, we can practice these safe guidelines. Wash your hands, have a sanitizer in your bag, so you can prevent you from getting COVID, or prevent yourself from spreading COVID. And also, the spreading COVID, that's one of the most important ones, because um, sometimes you just don't understand that there's a big difference between isolation and quarantine. And these two, it could be you're not infected, so you're quarantined. And then if you're infected, you're in much isolation. And that's one of the things that kind of we might not understand. So if we're in a household and someone is infected, we don't know if we're infected. Therefore, we should quarantine ourselves. But then, if we do not know, we might go attend these funerals and then, or these rosary gatherings, and then we didn't know that we were infected, and we pass on that infection or the COVID to other people. And this one, the things that we need to understand with each other, let each other know so we could understand, spread the awareness. You could be the person to get the COVID, or you could be the person to pass the COVID.
But like you said, man, the facts are facts. But we have to do our part because
Hmm.
we can just sit there and just get mad at the facts and watch all these comments being thrown at each other on Facebook. But I think the key here, and I think that's what we're doing, is we can move on from this. And I think the facts are there to help us prevent more for the percent, to cut down instead of increasing the percentage, we can cut down, and that's what we want. We didn't like the facts that came out last week. Okay, that's that. But we can help uh, lessen the percentage for the next week and the next couple of days, as the
Hmm.
days come by. So I think with something like this that we're doing, sharing your story was the most key thing, where you actually tell the people what you went through and your experiences, so that way they can learn, and at the same time hopefully prevent more cases from happening. So that's an awesome thing, and thank you so much, bro. All right, so in closing here, and I want to, just and I can just open the table to you as well. And I know you guys at the Micronesia Resource Center are doing so much awesome job, and especially when it comes to information and pushing it out into different languages. So I'm gonna just open up the table to you right now, and are you guys have do you guys have any programs catered just to especially to helping our people um, in the education department, in the outreach department.
Hmm. Yeah, so we've been doing food commodities like to our different sites and also to needy families, especially to those that were stranded from coming into the FSM and they got stranded on Guam. So we've been giving out commodities, and then with the commodities, we most of the time we attach like a pamphlet or brochures or information that was that are translated in all different languages, so they can either know about the different kind of assistance that they may be are available to them, or information about the COVID, tips and guidelines on what to do if you're sick, or if you're how to prevent yourself from getting COVID, like washing your hands and all that good stuff. And also we do translation information on our social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, and we post it every week. And you guys go and check it out if you guys want to get information for for your family. And if they don't understand English that well, it's we have a lot of translated information in Pohnpei, Chuukese, Pastrana, and Yapese, and we're pushing to get translation in Palau and Marshall Islands as well. And other than that, the different services that we do at our office, we right now since we're closed down because of the whole cases that's been going on at our office, but we still do. Our staff are still working remotely from home, and we do interpretation over the phone, or over Zoom, even helping people over the phone for their weekly claims for their unemployment, and different and any kind of service. If we're able to help you, one of the ones that I want to push out to, if you just need someone to talk to, if you're going through a hard time, especially during this COVID, you can call us at 686-2227, and we can be a person for you to lean, a shoulder for you to lean on, or just an ear for us to listen to your problem. And hopefully we can give you tips and share helpful information for you and for your family.
And Joel, thank you so much, and again, thank you to for coming on here, man. So the courage you had and just brave to come on here and share your experience. Not a lot of people, bro, are willing to do that, to put their story out there for people to to, to, to take away and use as an experience tool in either one helping them prevent COVID-19, or if they have COVID-19, to help them guide them through the journey. So thank you so much, Joel, for
Yes,
jumping on the podcast with me, bro.
no problem. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. So before I close out, bro, if you want, you can in Chuquis, that'd be awesome if if you have a message for our people, especially our Chuquis people, um, in ways to preventing COVID-19.
Clarani medicine, nagiti Joiel Setik, nagiti Torowas, Fugunukurots. Now, it's the Wari podcast, we were agony kids at Sibokia figure fan a coronavirus. Again, me someone who were no wrong neighbor. Kapag kurikuran pa sa Department of Public Health, get one a rebudoria result of someone. Kubato sa letter kisipom, or fit ne firom, buruburu rabu put. Up for ke vidore pa wala saray, chedore someone. Si Baronis figure, si Batos of figure pu, a chedore coronavirus e pakora. At Kevin Nilikits to Micronesia, Kevin Nilikits talk to. Now, mo chili po bari, made na wafuri, ikeba tafis ngedi na ko fanson na isemwen, pu iwo sa siba kaya seri, siba miriti may coronavirus pu, may mi dore pe nauruk, kaya gari kaya rabas kin mi toge kero fabili ketsietium. Ilabin ni kator ke isemwen, ko po epiripiruk at sotore mogabi murinda, ke bogabi yots, ikwarik paferi, met ko po toy pa sa kero basis. Sa botsen ato rakipu sa botsen siba ewesara chirare semwen isi baru pechekun ngeferi ni satsmisi so tabu.
All right, guys, and there you have it, another edition of the One Micronesia podcast. What an awesome talk we had with Brother Joel, his experience, his story as he pulled through COVID-19, and also a message also hopefully it reaches you guys out there to continue to do your part, social distance, wash your hands, and let's prevent and stop this COVID-19. And again, thank you so much for watching. And my name is Victorious, and we'll see you at the next episode.